There, it's recording. So you're going to hear me, and I'll post it on Canvas. So let's start. It's going to be solving equations, guys. Solving equations. And this is section 1.3. Section 1.3. All right. So let's look at A. Solve m minus 5.48 equals 0.02. So I'm going to just write it out again. And yeah, that's definitely algebra. So see, if you can do it, go ahead and do it. But can anyone tell me by show of hands? If you show your hand, can you tell me the first step that you would do? Well, what's our goal here? Can you tell me that? What's our goal? What does the solution mean? What's Kelly, right? Yeah, what's our goal?
To get
M by itself. Isn't that another word for solution? That's what they mean by solution, right? So if I would underline solution and say M by itself. And can someone else tell me what's in the way of getting M by itself? And Terrence, and what would you do to get M by itself? Cancel it out. You say, get rid of this, and then what are you going to do over here? Add it to that side. Cool. So I think that's how your teacher would say it. I just think remove, add there. And maybe some of your teachers said plus 5.48, and then plus 5.48. Isn't that the same thing? It's the same thing. But I like Terrence's answer. He says, cancel it out, and then plus 5.48. So M is by itself now. Job well done. But what's on the right side? Let's simplify the right side. 48 plus 0.02. Is it 5.50? So that's all an equation. That's a big chunk of algebra year before last year. That's a lot of this class. You should know how to solve equations. Very nice. So let's move to B here. B. Solve 18 equals 1/2 t. I'll go ahead and write it out again. 18 equals 1/2 t. And you check or finding the solution or solve. Solution means t by itself. So I'm wondering if anyone by show of hands or one hand, can you tell me what's in the way of getting t by itself and what would you do to get t by itself? Anybody know? Kelly? Multiply 2 by both sides. What would multiplying 2 accomplish? It would take that. So let's do that. And what I'm going to do is call it 2 over 1. So I'm going to multiply 2 over 1 on both sides. See what I did there? I just included that 2 over 1 on both sides. And there's a word for that. There's a word. It's called multiply by inverse. Multiplying by inverse. What does inverse mean to you? Like opposite, right? The inverse of that is just backwards, the other way around. Do you see something happening the other way around here? That fraction, you want to get rid of it. Multiply by inverse. So just like Kelly said, she said multiply by 2. That's the same thing here. But these will... So what's 2 times 18? Can you do that in your head? 36. Very nice. That's just double. Does that 1 underneath matter? No. It's as if it's not there. It's just double 18. 2 times 18. And I'm good, so I'm going to box it. I like boxing. We do a lot of work. So a lot of algebra. Find your solution. And I think we skipped something, especially on the back one. It said we solved it, right? Period. We solved it. But what does check your solution mean? Show of hand. Can someone say what check your solution means? Sorry. Let me get your name. Avery, yes. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Avery, right? Luke, I'm sorry. Wrong page. Go ahead, Luke. So original, you mean this one, right?
Yeah, like plug in your answer.
Plug in this answer for t?
Yeah.
And what would happen? What?
It's like, we solve, right? Then it
Has to equal left side, got to equal right side, yeah. So this, when I plug it in, it's got to equal 18 and 18. Check. That's what we're doing. So let's go and do that real quick. 18 equals 1/2 times t. We know what t is, or we think we do. It's 36. So 18 equals 1/2 times 36. What does that mean to you? 18. Is that just telling you divide by 2? Okay. So in that case, you can kind of ignore the 1 and just do divide 2, huh? 18 equals 18. Checks out. So we checked it, and we're good. T. See, if we got t equals 10 or something, some weird number, this would not happen. I'd have to put an X there. Doesn't work out. So far we did 2 problems, solving, and just checking. But this is the important thing, that you can solve. Here we go. Let me know if I'm going too fast. This good stuff so far? Good stuff, man. Stuff you know. This one looks nice. Good old algebra looking problem. Alright, I'm going to call someone Dia. What would you do? What does it mean solving the equation? Can you tell me? Okay, so solving solution, get x by itself. So you say cancel out the 5? Good. Is that how we like to say it? Does anyone like saying -5 both sides? Some people like it that way. Some people like canceling. Show of hands. Some people like canceling. I heard another canceling. Terrence said canceling. Yeah. They're both the same way. But then -5 cancels out. That's what they're meaning. -5 disappears. All right. So what's on the right side? 3 minus 5? Who got that? -2. Very nice. Very nice, guys. Doing good. Does this question say check your solution? No. What is the solution? -2. Cool. If this was a test and you were anxious, oh, is that it? You could go back and check it. You could even do that in your head. Yeah, checks out. If I go back and plug it in, it checks. We got a few more to do. So let's. All right, what is the solution to the equation 2/3 x equals 10? I'm going to call on Kennedy again. She did the last one that looked like this. Well, so your job, you're thinking you want to get x by itself. So what would you do to get this out of there?
Multiply
3 over 2. And can someone say what I called that? It started with an I. Multiplying by. Very good. So multiply by the inverse. Inverse just means upside down. Other way around. Other way around. Ooh, let's do the right side. So that disappears. We got x equals let me call someone. Tiara, how are you going to do this? Could you tell me? 2 over 1? 10 over 1. That's not bad. 10 over 1 times 3 over 2. And then what you going to do? Multiply across. Nice. 10 times 3, 30. It's on the bottom. 1 times 2, 2. Stuff like that we learn maybe in middle school right now, we just take for granted. Yeah, a lot of math. If you don't know the basics, you can't do it right off the bat, right when you need to. It's hard. What's left? 30. Does 30 go into 2? 15. Very nice. So I'm going to say x equals 15, and I believe it. All right, anyone tell me, what's the first thing we got to do here? What's the first thing that's... Terrence, I saw your hand first.
Multiply 3 with the stuff inside the parentheses.
Stuff inside. The parentheses, keyword, that I'm seeing the parentheses. You need to do something. And distribute? Yeah, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make arrows from 3, just like Terrence said, arrows to each guy. 3 goes to those two numbers. -2 goes to both those numbers. And y'all go ahead and do that on the next line. I like to do math line by line, so we get closer and closer each time to the answer. So the next line, let's see what we're getting. 53 stays the same. 3y. Anyone got it? Next one? You can just say it. -6. What's next? Negative. Am I doing 2 or -2? Times that, so what we get? Perfect. And then -2 times 1. +2. Yeah. So off to the side, let's write, we distribute it. And we should know distribute means multiplication. Multiply to both numbers. Very good. All right, next thing, I'm seeing a 3y. 3y minus 6 minus 6y plus 2. Can I make this look nicer? By show of hands, what would you do next? Terrence got it? All right. Subtract 3y from -6. Add, you mean like combine these two? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to underline those two. So when they combine, what do you end up getting? Perfect. And then I'm looking at -6. It looks like it can combine with 2. So -6 plus 2, -4. Oh, what happened to my 53? It's still on the left side, right? Cool, I like it. I like it. But, again, what are we trying to do? Solve. So we did a bunch of stuff, but don't just say we're done. Solve. So I want to go back and say, get y by itself. Here, what do? We simplified, right? So I'm going to write simplify or combine. I'm going to write parentheses combine, same thing. And I'm going to do something. Just tell me what I did. Take a look at that. Maybe you already did this. Maybe you already finished. But if you can just tell me, what did I do there?
You added 4.
And cancel out. Added 4, canceled out, disappeared here. Does that look like I added 4 here, from here to here? Good. So I put aside add 4. And then tell me what I did here. Say that. I divided by -3? Yes, I did. And I haven't passed out the little calculators. We're going to not use the graphing calculator so much in class. But in the future, we'll use the plus, minus, divide, multiply calculator. I'll give it to you, the basic one. So if you did 57 divided by 3, I have to look it up. It's 19? Good. Y equals 19. Negative 19. Positive divided by negative gets you negative. Good job, y'all. Alright. Why don't you all try this one? Go ahead and I'll give you a minute or two. Work on it. I'll give you some seconds and you'll work on it. I'll do a little bit at a time so you can look up and check if you made mistakes. So far, so good. 24 divided by -4. Let me call someone. Rudy, you got a last answer? Final answer? Nice. Everything matches up how I did it. It matches up with you. Okay, stop here. X equals 24 divided by -4. X equals -6. Very nice. All right, what we're going to do next, guys, we have one more problem, but it's not on here. So cross out that one, and underneath it, we're going to make a new example, and we're going to call it example 6. I'm going to say solve, write it out, solve 1/3 x plus 1/4 x equals 3/4. Show of hands. Can someone say what's special, different? By show of hands, what's special, different, extra work required for this one? One second. Jenna, right? Perfect. Fractions. Jenna, can you add these two with no problem? No. So what's the key words come to your mind? Common. Nice. Common denominator. How did y'all do that? We got 1/3 and 1/4. Common denominator. So I'm going to write up find common denominator. Let's just find common denominator. Denominator, the base has got to be the same. Base got to be the same. 1/3 plus 1/4 don't work. Bottom's got to be the same. So what can I multiply to 1/3 to get it something same as 1/4? All right, just take this number, guys. This number, multiply 4/4. And can anyone say, what am I going to multiply 1/4 to? 3/3. All right, so let's find our new two new fractions. Multiply across, right? Fractions multiply, boom, boom. Mars, what you got for the two new fractions? Can you tell me? 4/12 and 3/12. Very nice. All right, what are you going to do? How are you going to use these two fractions? Where are you going to replace them with? Yeah, like instead of these two numbers, you want to use those two, right? And then you're going to add them. Perfect. So let's go back to our problem. Hey, we said we got 4/12 this time. X plus 3/12 x equals 3/4. So Mara says now we can add it. That's what Jenna said too. It's common denominator. We don't have a common denominator. We can't add it. So Jenna says, and Damar says now we can add it. And what are we adding? These two guys. Anyone can say what's the new fraction? Perfect. 7/12 x equals 3/4. Geez, we were doing a lot of work, but all for one goal. Solve. Zachary, can you say what's the last thing you do?
Find the common denominator.
See, we're not adding. This time, we're not adding. When you multiply, you don't need common denominator. So what would you do to get rid of the 7/12? Move it to the right side. It starts with an I. Inverse. Just as easy as that. 7/. It's the inverse. It's 12/7. 12/7. Adding, subtracting, you need a common denominator. Multiplying doesn't matter. The multiplying process is easier. So that disappears. We got x equals y'all can say what's on the top. 36. And tell me what's on the bottom. 28. Very nice. Remember a little something called simplifying fractions? Remember that? Does this look simplifiable? Does it go into 2? Does it go into 4? Let's go with 4. I see it goes into 4. Top and bottom. All right. Let's divide 4. 9 and 7. Can I box that? Does that divide anything? I don't think so. 9 and 7. So if you, for your benefit, I'm going to give you a little suggestion. Write, there'll be a problem like this on the quiz with common denominators. And we have a quiz next Friday. Next Friday we'll have a quiz. Okay, so, and it's going to be over this. This is 50% of that quiz. It's going to be 50% of the quiz. And then we'll move on. I'll tell you the next section. That will be on the quiz. Very nice, guys. You did. You guys are doing good. So remember what I said. Write a note. It's going to be on the quiz, this kind of problem. And, of course, all the other problems we did. And everything else that we didn't do, that was extra. We're not going to cover that. So I'll tell you what. We got 10 more minutes in class. I'll give you the homework. It will be due tomorrow, and it looks long. But again, I went a little extra. So let me tell you which ones that you're going to do. Tell you which ones you're going to do. Which ones are we going to do? We don't want to do... You're only going to do 15 through 22, guys. 15 through 22. And there's a bunch on the back. Forget about that, too. That was a mistake. Just 15 through 22. So I strongly suggest, see if you can get it done today. Ask me questions you got me.